question on me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let me ask you a question. Do you think, and this is for you and everybody, Roger, everybody, do you think this stuff is actually as deep as it is in the real world as it seems to be on YouTube? Because I'm gonna tell you, I go to my church, I don't see this stuff. I go outside, I go, you know what I mean? I'm in society, I don't ever see this stuff. I only see it on YouTube. I only see it on social media, on TikTok. I never see these these problems. I don't see none of that stuff in person. But it's if I were to only get life through social media, you would swear it's World War III going on outside at all times.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, man, and like I travel for my job, you know what I'm saying? And even before I started traveling, you know, I mean, I was, kind of in my own little bubble, you know what I'm saying? In my own little area, but in my own little city. But of course, I go to events. Um, I've went to church events, conferences, stuff like that. But just interacting with people on a daily basis, even now that I'm traveling now, more now, I mean, the only time I really have these type of conversations or really see some of the things that's going on when people are claiming systemic racism and all of that stuff, it's just basically here on the internet. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I sit next to people, white people on the plane, white men, white women, black people, Asian people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm able to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Just talk to them. Have a dialogue. Some people I've had conversations with about the Bible and stuff, and it was just real calm, cordial. And one of the things that I do whenever I go to a restaurant, and once the waiter brings me my food, and whenever they ask me, is there anything else that I need? I always ask them one question. I say, is there anything that I can be praying about for you?
Yep.
And some of these people, they just like, their eyes open up and they just like, what did you just ask me? And I'm just like, is there anything that I can be praying about for you? And some of these people, there was a couple of ladies that I asked that to, and they just broke out in tears. And it was just like, you know what? Um, I haven't really been to church in a while. And these were white ladies. They was like, I really haven't been to church in a while. And I felt like that, I was just, I was just moving out of God's will, or I was just like losing my love for God. But, by you asking me that and just taking the time to just care and to just ask me about that, I'm being led more to now take another look at the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And they tell me what they want me to pray for them about, and I'll pray for them as I get ready to eat my food. Um, one incident, well, I won't say incident, but one prime example. This had to be maybe about a month ago. I was in Fayetteville, Arkansas. So um, we had a guy who was a plumber. He was a white guy from New York. He had the heavy New York accent. Like Mets fan, all of that stuff. So he was a plumber. He had done work at some of our properties, and he came in and he was asking me to take a look at some invoices that wasn't paid, because this particular property was going through like property managers and maintenance supervisors and stuff like that. So I was just like, yeah, let me see your invoices. I said, I'll go ahead and I'll get you straightened out. So I took care of all of his invoices. He started getting paid. He was happy with that. So he called me and he was like, hey, I'm going up the street. I'm saying, me and the guys, we're getting ready to have lunch. I'm gonna take you and those other guys, who's on the property. I'm gonna take you guys to lunch. I was like, all right, cool. So we showed up, we ate lunch. So when the waitress brought us our food, I did that. I asked her, I said, is there anything that we could be praying about? And she was one of the ones who was just like, oh my gosh, no, nobody's ever asked me that. And her son was sick. He was having some type of illness or something. And she was asking that, we could pray for her. So after the lady so I prayed for the lady. No, actually, um, yeah, I prayed for her, but I did it silently because everybody else was around the table, and they was having conversations, and I don't want to just stop them and just say, hey, let's just pray for this lady. So I did it to myself in silent. So when the lady brought us our bill and we was getting ready to walk out, The plumber guy, I didn't even know that this guy was even a believer. He walks up to me. He said, "Hey, did you ask to pray for that lady?" I said, "Yeah." He was like, "I thought I heard you say that," but he was just like, "I just want to make sure that I wasn't tripping or anything like that. I just wanted to know, like, I just wanted to confirm that." So I said, "Yeah." I said, I just decided to, pray for her. That's what I do whenever, I'm eating and somebody brings me my food." And he says, "Well, hey, let's go pray with her right now." I was like, "All right, cool." So he stopped the lady, and she was actually talking to like a few of her coworkers, and she was just like, "Yeah, these are the guys that wanted to pray for me and my son." So I mean, we just formed a circle right there. We just prayed with the lady, man, and it was just so edifying. And here I am, a black guy with, I think there was like a Hispanic girl in the circle, and the server lady was white, the plumber guy was white. I think he was like, his background was Italian, and I mean, it was just so uplifting and edifying. And I mean, it was just, I mean, it's like I felt the presence of the Lord. Now I know Roger gonna get me for that. I felt that spirit. That spirit was flowing through. What's Sister Lewis at? But yeah, it was real edifying, and it's like I felt more edified doing something that simple than what I've ever felt by watching somebody talk about, blackness in the Bible and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just simple stuff like that, man. That you can really, really feel the presence of the Lord.